Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
And welcome back. This is the Irish Goodbye. I'm Shane. He's a very, very sad Jason this week, but he was happy to be there. So
yeah. I am disappointed in the grown men that I put my hopes in week in and week out. I'm not disappointed in myself because I'm not the one who failed. They're the ones who failed. And it wasn't close by any means. I was destroyed. So, I mean, they were destroyed. The men on my team.
Of course.
Destroyed. Not me. So, what are you going to do? At least
well, I think what we're going to do is recap the week and talk about what happened. So, as always, we're going to go with the heroes and IR designees. And we'll start with the game of the week, which is my game, as always. I think, obviously, like, we knew on Thursday who the hero of the week was going to be. I honestly think I was going to say this regardless of whether or not I won or not. But the hero of the week is Mr. Kyle Pitts Sr. We have a rule: 3 touchdowns, your hero of the week. And since that was one of the greatest tight end performances of all time, obviously planned by me.
Can't even imagine.
It's he garners hero of the week.
There is, I mean, watching that just sort of tick up and tick up and tick up was just incredible. He, in one game, he got his entire touchdown total from 2023, which is rookie year, I believe. He got over, let's see, almost a third, over a quarter of his entire yards from last season in one game. I mean, obviously you saw this coming.
Oh, yeah.
But did anyone else see it coming? I don't think anyone did. And, you know, it stings extra for the Chinese waving cats, who are the connoisseurs of the tight end, and to be betrayed in such a way really is just a cruel twist of fate.
Well, and to be fair too, I tried to bring the tight end juju to the game by starting Isaiah Likely, as at least the second tight end. That did not work. I mean, it did overall, but that was a poor estimate there. But I will say, before we move on to the IR designee of the week, to Jason, thank you for the Tony Pollard throw-in. Not that it would have mattered in this game, but it certainly was fun to see him perform and made me feel a lot better as the game went on. And that's 2 good games in a row from Tony Pollard. So let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, it wouldn't have helped me either, really, at this one or the last game. I just really got pummeled back-to-back weeks. I'm just glad that Tony could find his footing when he was needed most. They say if you love something, let it go. And the rest of that's not important because it doesn't fit this narrative. But Tony, I love you, and I'm glad that you're on a team advancing through the playoffs.
And then on the other side, IR designee. I think there's a number of options here.
Sadly,
I am going to go actually with Dalton Kincaid. And the reason for that is not necessarily because 3 for 34 is necessarily a bad game by a tight end, but the fact that Kincaid was sort of questionable for the game, so Ken picked up Dawson Knox, and Dawson Knox had himself a day. New father Dawson Knox, apparently, based off of the telecast that I was watching. But yeah, you expected that production to go to Kincaid, and it didn't. It went up to Dawson Knox. So
Yeah, and similar last week as well. Kincaid was also questionable automobile game time decision, but he was redeemed by scoring a touchdown. So Waving Cats tried to ride that out again, that same energy, and again wouldn't have mattered, but it might have. Just one of those when you get to well performing players from the same team, same position. When you have two nice tight ends, then it's hard to choose between which one might be the tightest week to week. And
also too, I feel like we have to acknowledge that we're getting a little cute with our IR designees right now, because obviously the real IR designee of the week, is Jahmyr Gibbs. And Jonathan Taylor to a certain
throw them together. Yeah, they got him here, and then they
exactly. Because Josh Allen did his job; he had a good day. But when those two don't perform for Ken, his team doesn't perform, because it's a jumbled up mess of pieces after those two, after those three with Josh Allen.
Yep, Pickens has been good, but also he
down
also
for the past couple of weeks, though. Yeah,
it's tough to see. I believe Waving Cats is not, based on Chuck's earlier stats, has not won before, right?
No, he's won. Yeah,
he has.
Yeah, I think he's honestly won twice. I think
that's what I thought too. I was trying to read that thing on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know what the
landscape mode zoomed in.
Yeah.
And I started to go blind, so I didn't look at it on the computer, which is where it should be viewed. But I had thought that he had won before. Yeah. So his quest for another win ended yesterday.
Let's technically in my rundown here, I've got Clitankerous and Troll Tolls next, but I feel like that one begs some more time, so I'd like to leave that to the end. And so I'd like to go to your matchup, the Superb Owls versus Malcolm Death Squad, which was tough,
anticlimactic.
Yeah. I feel like you look at the Superb Owls, and there's two players on this team that you might not pick as the hero of the week.
Yeah, and only two.
Maybe
three.
But I think for me, I think the hero of the week, again, we have a rule. We stick to that rule, as everyone knows, throughout the entire season.
Always.
We've never faltered from that rule. So James Cook, with his 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 receiving,
should have had 4.
Monster game.
Well. He should have had more.
Yeah. He. But even the guys like, I think Michael Pittman was disappointing, but even like Darius Slayton, who, by the way, I believe Josh has used to beat me multiple times throughout the years. He's
That's
like
how it feels, huh?
He's Curtis's guy. But he even had he had a solid day. Like it was good. But yeah, yep. It was just top to bottom. Like that, nothing went wrong for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's true. Compared to the opposite, where many things went wrong. I'm going to give the designee here is going to be Mr. Burrow.
Yeah.
Just because, the other guys, whatever. Burrow came back. He had 2, good to really good games, and then I thought this was rivalry matchup. It's gonna be a good game for him, and it was not. Now, he's not the only one to blame, but when your quarterback scores 10 points and you have a team that is threadbare talent-wise, that's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah. I think Burrow's one, but I also think you can look at Tyler Warren. And with the 44-year-old quarterback, what do you really expecting. That being said, I mean, like jump offs.
That's what I was expecting. Yeah.
Yeah, are something I would expect. And so a little disappointed there, but also too, I think this just kind of like paints a bigger picture, which is since he joined Malcolm Death Squad, he was so distraught to be off a championship caliber team such as the Cardinals that he just decided, you know what, I'm going to take the rest of the season off, get myself healthy for the Malcolm Death Squad for next year when he keeps me in the, I don't know, ninth round or something ridiculous like that.
Yep. I mean, it's hard to keep your motivation when you get traded from a team that in the standings is close, but clearly talent wise are going a different direction.
Also, a big thank you to you for doing that. I talked after that trade and saying I wasn't really thinking about the keeper potential and everything. Obviously, there's no chance I would have had Kyle Pitts on my team or have started Kyle Pitts this week.
Nope.
Had that trade not happened. So I'm going to thank you. I'm going to credit you with the success that my team saw this week.
I'll take that.
All right, so that brings us to I think arguably the matchup of the week. It obviously everyone was excited. I on like last night I kept checking scores and seeing
I kept ticking up.
Seeing if Kenneth Gainwell could make it happen. He had a great game, but fell a little short. Again, the hero of the week though, easy pick, Trey McBride with an otherworldly performance that somehow netted him tight end 2 of the week.
Yep.
So
it's hard to believe.
I know. I mean, like scoring 37 points as a tight end and you're still not the best at your position for a week is nuts. But that's obviously that's the difference because, you look at it and even a 27-point game would have been, huge and amazing. And that would have lost Brian the week. So without that performance, Brian's not anywhere right now. He's looking to next season.
Mm-hmm. And same for a couple guys who had injuries or injury scares who did enough before those times. So a lot of things came together. Gritty victory, and McBride obviously is the key part there.
Before we look at the IR designee, though, I do think we need to comment really quickly. I mean, we'll do a little bit more when we look at next week's matchups, but Brian's limping into next week.
Bad situation.
I mean, Superb Alice is going to be licking their chops right now, just saying, like, here we go. Let's do this. After the week he put up and what Brian's bringing into the game, I mean, Quinshon Junkins has had a few rough weeks. Breece Hall is almost getting phased out.
Yep.
And then bad. What's Rashee Rice going to do without Patrick Mahomes under center? I mean, again, I think Gardner Minshew is good enough to be able to get the ball to people, and so I think wide receiver will probably be okay. Like you'll see some interceptions and stuff from Minshew, but that doesn't go against Rashee. So we'll see, but just a rough week. But IR designee, what do you got?
Oh, well, in such a close game, things get tighter in terms of like who do you look at as guys that you've counted on all year. Did they perform? Did they not perform? And it's going back and forth between the two Patriots. I mean, I feel like, so I'm going to go 2 different points here. My designee is going to be Hunter Henry. Only 1 catch. He has not been as involved. I mean, he had a couple of good games. If he even had the game he had before the bye, he would have won. He hasn't had as many good games as I feel like he had last year. Now that May has sort of blossomed beyond throwing to Henry all the time, which is what he did last year. But so Henry and this is more of a personal note of maybe not IR Disney. This is more like disappointment designee.
Mm.
And that is Cletankers himself for stepping away from his Denver roots in a time when he forgot where he came from. He forgot who brought him. And it wasn't Troy Franklin specifically who brought him, but it was several Broncos that brought him to this point. And he went with the flashy Stephon Diggs rematch against the Bills, name recognition over the performance. And yes, maybe Franklin had 2 terrible games back to back again, good matchups. But, the Tankers is basically the Broncos, spirit, fantasy spirit.
Avatar. Yeah.
And it's just, it's got to be tough to see a Bronco on your bench with enough points to, give you a 10-point win.
Yeah,
Or
well,
not 10 points, 15 points.
As our only West Coast manager in this league,
yeah.
Cletankers really should have been really kind of focusing on the West Coast. So I'm going to give the IR designee to the New England Patriots. All of the Patriots on the team, because you're right. Had he just replaced his Patriots with Broncos, everything would have been fine.
Yep. And yet again.
And he went with the wrong East Coast team too, because he also started Dak in a much worse matchup.
Oh man, you got to start. I saw this and I said to myself, as a Raiders fan, I would not say I love them. Well, I do. I love the punishment, but I saw that Hurts was not starting against the Raiders, and I said, the Eagles are struggling. Hurts has been struggling. The best situation for Hurts is to be facing the Raiders.
Yep.
And that wasn't
the difference, though. Yeah, it wasn't
he
the
barely
difference.
Even threw the ball. It wasn't the difference. No, it would have been a crushing defeat if he had just switched quarterbacks.
Just quarterbacks. Yeah, one person is one thing, but when you've got kind of multiple pieces moving, and obviously, to Tank's benefit, let's be honest, starting Troy Franklin over Stephon Diggs would have been a little bit crazy. We might have raised a few eyebrows, but
yes. If you had lost still, and those were flipped, you would say
it's always frustrating though when you have the team and you just picked poorly. And again, there's luck, all that stuff, and you can't predict the future. But it is just frustrating. Like, it's so much more like soothing when you look and you're just like, well, I just sucked this week and I had nothing else. And I mean, occasionally I'll go to the waiver wire and be like, what crazy pickup could I have made to be able to have won this game? But like, Tank had it on his team, and just came up short. Yeah. All right. So now for the consolation bracket, which is going to be a little slower, because we don't have consolation bracket here, and so we have to click on each individual team in order to do this exercise, and we did not. This is the end of the season here. We're done doing homework and trying to produce some type of polished pod for you people.
You're telling me I gotta?
You're getting it for free. Enjoy. So we'll start with the Bare Naked Hades and the Mad Dogs, and so looking at the Bare Naked Hades for the hero of the week. Oh,
let's see.
Well, that's easy. It's Travion Henderson. My goodness, that's wild. You have a running back who scores 30 points
for the Patriots.
What Ross had expected of him all year. But yeah, he had an insane game, and propelled Ross to victory and not having to do the pod. So,
I mean, that's a pretty good reward. You finally have the guy you hoped he would be in a different bracket if Henderson had been given the ball earlier in the season compared to what happened. So that's an easy pick there for sure. I don't even know. I don't even have the I'm lost in the without being able to click on the matchups. I've lost myself in the Yahoo menus over here.
Well,
where
I'll
we
take the IR designee for you. Oh my goodness, this is downright disturbing. I think. What did he have for points? I can't. I'm having a tough time seeing what the points total would be and how far off he was. But anyway, doesn't matter, I guess. The IR designee for the week is my brother.
Did he give up?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so again too. Like, there's stuff here like Brock Bowers could possibly be an IR designee at 8.8, especially when he's got Dallas Goedert sitting on his bench with 25 points. He's got Darren Waller sitting in his IR spots.
Evans, you didn't bring him back.
He's got Evans sitting in his IR spot with 19.2. I'm pretty sure he had the win
so Kayshon Boutte replaced with Mike Evans.
You're not going to replace Brock Bowers, though. So
you're not going to replace him, no. So say, I don't know, Metcalf, maybe, probably not. I bet.
No, maybe you don't. Maybe it's sort of a fool's errand here, and I mean, like I don't know. He had Lamar and Derek going against Cincinnati. So maybe it's the Ravens are the IR designee.
The Ravens are the IR designee, yeah, as they have been all year.
I mean, they 24-0. You can't fault them for what they did, but it just fantasy wise, it didn't work out.
Didn't happen through those guys.
Yeah,
not really. Yeah, I mean, it's hard luck. Nobody would have started Goedert over. Over Bowers.
No, that would have been. I mean, we would have laughed. We'd have laughed at him. Yeah. So, all right. So that's rough, but Josh, we're excited to hear your voice next year. Also, I think most of the league is excited to hear that you're real.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing it right now. Actually,
yeah, thank you. This will be proof. So that brings us to the Depression Bowl over on the other side. Since we have Ken Wicks, who will not be joining us next year, as announced earlier in the season.
The Asterisk Bowl.
And Pat Healy, who has told us that he will not be joining us next year if he has to do a pod, which
or maybe not at all.
Spoiler alert: he has to do a pod. So let's look at bottom of the barrel. I clicked on Cardinals.
Yeah, good luck getting back to that.
Yeah, let's look at bottom of the barrel. See who the okay. Well, not a lot of debate here. Amon-Ra St. Brown is your hero of the week. When you score over 40 points.
Yep.
This is a new rule. We haven't set this one up yet, but when you score over 40 points, you're going to be the hero of the week. It's pretty assured. So plus, really, nobody else. I mean, Jacobs had a decent game, but other than that, no one else had a real spectacular game. Although Bill finally had a game.
He did. What a time for it.
Yeah, not too bad, too bad. So that propelled him to victory, and really not a whole lot to say about it, right?
Nope. And on the other side, Pat, I mean, he started a guy who was declared inactive, so I guess that doesn't really count. Don't really know if it was like a late. When it was
he didn't know that he could move people because he thought he was locked out.
Oh, right. Because I mean, we did have a whole extensive conversation,
right? And I had tossed out to him. I said, just let the league know. We'll let you switch it out. Like, I mean, it was like first quarter or something like that, right? When we discovered it had happened, and I was like, just tell them, like let's make the change. And he refused to do so. I think he was resigning himself to it. But then again, I mean, he'd have picked somebody up. He wouldn't have changed much going on.
Wouldn't have been. There were not many. No real tight ends out there had much going on.
Let's talk about really quickly though. I mean, just again, this is like more football based than fantasy based. But like Cleveland, 2 straight weeks is terrible against the run after being like the most dominant defense against the run all season. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening.
No.
But yeah, I mean, Swift putting him on the bench was not a good choice.
Not great. Singletary over Swift seems
Yeah,
suspect.
that's true. That's actually a good
and
point. And not having Wandell in.
benching his guy.
Yeah,
I know. Want Vele over Wandale in that matchup? I mean, Vele had an okay game. It's only 5 points, but
this is the odd one too. Like leaving DJ Moore in there, it worked out, but like
it did work out.
That was a terrible play up until he scored 2 touchdowns. So yeah,
as most terrible plays.
Yeah, I'm gonna give our designee to the manager. I'm just saying. I mean, it feels like we gave up and we resigned ourselves to our fate and decided that we weren't playing next year.
We offered a lifeline, which is those are few and far between in this league. The lifeline was offered because of the weird stuff with the lineup and being understanding of schedules and confusion. Things happen, whatever. Also it's if it was in the actual playoff bracket, then that lifeline would not have been offered.
Probably not.
But then again, if you're in the actual playoff bracket, he would be able to change himself, obviously. So that doesn't really matter.
And I also think too, most people were rooting for Pat in this because nobody. I mean, like, I think
the guy's not going to be here,
right? I mean, like yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. I've made it public to a number of people in the league that my plan is to be a co-host for my brother, even though I'm still in the playoffs right now. It's partially a little bit of vanity. I don't hate doing this. This is
I know.
It's a little bit of fun, and plus, you all have to listen to me every week. You all get to choose to listen to me every week, which most of you do, based off of our metrics. So,
I will say that if you win this year, it will be remarkable. First of all, no offense, but that the podcast will be insufferable next year as well.
Yeah, that's probably true. No, more so. You mean more so?
I think Ross might quit the league just if you win, he may quit then.
All right, so let's look to next week real quickly. This is amazing. Okay, first off, before we look to next week, Jason and I talked about how these are going to be quick podcasts because we don't have that much to talk about.
Nope.
And we were
27 minutes.
We don't even care about whether or not we hit the 30-minute mark. Here we are, 2.5 minutes away from hitting it anyway, regardless of the fact that we're like, this is going to be a 15-minute pod, and we don't care.
That's what I told my wife. I said, I'll be back up in like 20 minutes. That was... let's see, about 27 minutes ago.
Yeah. All right. So real quickly then, we don't need to belabor this. We're not going to look at the consolation bracket. We're just looking at the people that matter at this point. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to tangent again, but have you looked at the consolation bracket?
Yes.
Where you have to play Clitankerous in order to be able to play Chinese Waving Cats the final week of the season.
Yeah. How fun for us.
That's funny. All right. Anyway, this 17 playoff, I think this is the last year for us.
It's weird.
Last time we get to see this fun.
Throws off.
So let's look real quickly. All right. Let's look real quickly at Superb Owls versus the Troll Tolls because that point total is incredibly close. It is a complete coin flip here. Wow. I don't know about starting Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that's going to be the final thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, he did say, "Oh, looks like I'm sticking with Rodgers now." I mean,
but against Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, some of the quarterbacks that were out there, like my first thought was Dart, but Ross has him on the bench. Lawrence is out there, but against the Broncos, he's not going to have 2 of those weeks back to back. But he has put together.
You say that, but
solid weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Baker, ex Cardinal,
Yep. Decided to cut ties.
I mean,
he might go for Baker.
I could see Baker. I could see T-Law.
Although it's fun to have Goff versus Rodgers as it is in real life on this. That's true. That's fun.
And then it's a sleeper pick, McCarthy, who has I said, well, we'll have 4 straight. He said 2 of them already really good matchups, and he's performed in each of them. So McCarthy against the Giants, possible? I don't know. If I were him, I would not do that.
And who knows if Drake London comes back this week, which against Arizona, that would be
good.
Yeah,
that would be good. Yeah,
it would not be good for me, but it would.
Well, no,
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm picking the Superb Owls.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't beat them, join them.
To help the situation, it's all there for them. So
yeah, if the Superb Owls don't win this, they will forever regret the opportunity that they had.
Jaden Reed is underprojected. Jaden Reed is underprojected given Christian Washington's situation, and Michael Pittman is overprojected a little bit. So I think it washes out. I think we're going to see a 130 to 105.
130 to 105.
Yeah. Lad McConkey is way overprojected. Brees Hall is way overprojected. Quinshon Judkins is probably overprojected. Yeah, I think everyone else is probably fine. But
yeah, I think are weak. Yeah. I'm gonna look closer. I'm gonna say like 127, like 115 kind of deal.
Okay. I like it.
But it's gonna be a tight one.
And then looking over on my matchup with Points a Latte half calf. I'm going to tell you, this is my official prediction. I need a miracle. That is my official prediction.
I'm looking at.
I think Genty is overprojected. We'll see A-Chan with if there's a quarterback switch in Miami, which is a possibility this week. We'll see about McCaffrey against Indy's D. Just based off how the game went last week with
that's
Seattle.
Wishful thinking for you.
Yeah, it is. And well, I mean, Jacoby Myers, but I mean, 8.6 is not much to be able to reach, and he's been pretty solid there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these projections are so high. Like Smith Nigba I get, but like, man, I know Shane has been really good, but like a 22 projection is crazy. But it is against the worst run defense in all of football.
Yeah. I mean, within Jigba, one of the things I'm looking at is that there's a possibility of rain that night.
It does say that.
That always affects the passing game.
70% chance.
Yep. So we're gonna do the rain dance.
Could be chilly.
But yeah, a
series of miracles.
I'm playing with house money right now. We stocked up for next year. The fact that I'm in the semifinals, let's go. Like, let's do it.
I don't know.
Things get crazy.
I'm as someone who is bad at making the winning decisions. I'm going with a Cardinals win. We're not gonna get crazy pits again, but you got some good matchups. I think AJ Brown is gonna have 3 touchdowns against the Commanders.
Okay.
Weird schedule, 5:00 Saturday game, weird stuff. I'm going Cardinals 124, Points Latte 120.
Yeah, I'm gonna go different. I'm going to say Points Latte is gonna win, and I'm going to say that based off of my particular history, that I'm gonna lose by less than a point. It's going to kill me because it's going to come down to Purdy versus McCaffrey. And McCaffrey is going to end up catching a touchdown at the end of the game, which is going to send him up over me just that little bit because of the quarterback receiver differential.
I mean, I would be terrified that not only a close loss would happen, but it would be a direct McCaffrey action.
Oh, 100%.
That would make it happen. And I mean, would it be fitting? Yes. Do I want to see it happen? No.
But it will, because that's what McCaffrey has done to me every single time he's on my team.
Emotionally, physically.
True story, by the way. I have McCaffrey. I have almost this team. I have McCaffrey and Achane in 2 other leagues that I lost last week. Yep.
Well, I lost 3 out of 3 leagues last week myself. So,
well, actually, so even more so, I think one of the leagues I have McCaffrey, I have Kittle, I have Myers, and I have Achane in the league. And I was looking at it like, if I win, oh dear God, what do I do? Because I have to root for all of his team. So now, you know what now? Here's the thing. Ray, you're on notice. Now, the focus is on you. And that's it. This is my only league. I am 100% in. 100% in.
100, 1,000%.
1,000.
Watch your back. Watch your back, Ray. You know, come Thursday afternoon, someone might disconnect the internet from your house. You can't make any last-minute playoff roster changes.
All right. Well, Jason, we overshot that one, as we usually do. That's because we're professionals. We care.
We are.
And that's what this is about.
We do.
It's about
Quality
the connection.
products.
This is about caring. This is about keeping the league entertained. So all of you, you're welcome. Are you not entertained?
Entertained.
And I'm Shane. He's Jason. This is the Irish goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.